Good Thursday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, we made it over the hump, and we're in the home stretch toward the weekend. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Thursday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and in today's Entertainment Spotlight, being part of my conversation with the executive producer and the founder of the Women's Songwriter Hall of Fame, Miss Janice McLean DeLoatch. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with their Thursday headlines. In international news, Netanyahu opponents reach coalition deal to oust Israeli Prime Minister. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's opponents on Wednesday announced they have reached a deal to form a new governing coalition, paving the way for the ouster of the longtime Israeli leader. The dramatic announcement by opposition leader and his main coalition partner came shortly before a midnight deadline and prevented what could have been Israel's fifth consecutive election in just 2 years. This government will work for all the citizens of Israel, those that voted for it and those who didn't. It will do everything to unite Israeli society, said the opposition leader. The agreements still need to be approved by the parliament in a vote that is expected to take place early next week. If it goes through, the coalition leader and a diverse array of partners that span the Israeli political spectrum will end Netanyahu's record-setting but divisive 12-year rule. Netanyahu, desperate to remain in office while he fights corruption charges, is expected to do everything possible in the coming days to prevent the new coalition from taking power. If he fails, he will be pushed into the opposition. The deal comes at a tumultuous time for Israel, which fought an 11-day war against Hamas militants in the Gaza Strip last month, while also experiencing mob violence between Jews and Arabs in cities across the country. It also is emerging from a coronavirus crisis that caused deep economic damage and exposed tensions between the secular majority and the ultra-Orthodox minority. In national news, vaccine protection may diminish need for yearly boosters. Scientists have found clues that the world's leading COVID-19 vaccines offer lasting protection that could diminish the need for frequent booster shots, but they caution that more research is needed and that virus mutations are still a wild card. Critical studies are underway and evidence is mounting that immunity from the mRNA vaccines made by Pfizer and Moderna does not depend exclusively on antibodies that dwindle over time. The body has overlapping layers of protection that offer backup. Pfizer and Moderna have fueled booster questions by estimating that people might need yearly shots, just like with flu vaccinations, and the companies are working to have some candidates ready this fall. But companies will not decide when boosters get used. That will be up to health authorities in each country. Other experts say boosters may be needed only every few years. Antibodies that form after vaccination or natural infection do wane naturally, but there's evidence that those levels remain strong for at least 6 to 9 months after mRNA vaccination and possibly longer. And more national news, free beer, other new incentives for Biden's vaccine sprint. Dangling everything from sports tickets to free beer, President Joe Biden is looking for that extra something, anything, that will get people to roll up their sleeves for COVID-19 shots when the promise of a life-saving vaccine by itself hasn't been enough. Biden on Wednesday announced a month of action to urge more Americans to get vaccinated before the July 4th holiday, including an early summer sprint of incentives and a slew of new steps to ease barriers and making getting shots more appealing to those who haven't received them. He is closing in on his goal of getting 70% of adults at least partially vaccinated by Independence Day, essential to his aim of returning the nation to something approaching a pre-pandemic sense of normalcy this summer. In business news, AMC embraces meme stock status, share price nearly doubles. After its movie theaters were shut and its stock nearly left for dead because of the pandemic, AMC Entertainment is embracing the horde of fanatical investors who shocked its shares back to life as part of this year's meme stock buying spree. The company said Wednesday it's launching a program called AMC Investor Connect to stay in direct contact with those 3.2 million investors. Many bought AMC stock early this year, even as professional investors ran away, and helped lift it from less than $2 on January the 5th to as high as $72 on Wednesday. And finally, in entertainment news, CBS is champ of television season for a 13th consecutive year. In a designation that feels a little slight less significant every year, CBS has finished the 2021 television season as the nation's most watched television network for the 13th straight year. CBS averaged 6.28 million primetime viewers in the Nielsen Company's measurement of Live Plus 7 viewing, which includes everyone who watched a particular program live and within the next week. CBS has won 18 of the last 19 years, the one-time exception being Fox when American Idol dominated TV. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, it's all yours.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Practice the art of mindfulness. Practicing the art of mindfulness will allow you to experience every moment in a deep and profound way. When you practice mindfulness outside, you feel encouragement, joy, and harmony as you quietly enjoy our wonderful world. You're too busy to notice all the opportunities for miracles in your everyday activities. You will end up feeling disconnected and empty. Then you feel stressed, anxiety sets in, and you wonder why. Allowing yourself to be completely aware of your spiritual self helps you to enjoy life on a meaningful level. This prevents stress and connects you with a sense of joy. Today, focus on mindfulness so you can intensify the joy in your own life. And remember, enjoy the day.
Janice McLean DeLoatch is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight discussing the Women's Songwriter Hall of Fame right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Songwriter, author, and media personality Janice McLean DeLoatch joined me recently on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk to me about the Women's Songwriter Hall of Fame and the event taking place this month. Here's a bit of our conversation. You know, you've been on the show before, but we had not talked about the Women's Songwriters Hall of Fame. It's appropriate we're talking about it now for a lot of different reasons. One, of course, the event is this month. This month, of course, is also all about recognizing the impact of black music. But you also are a songwriter yourself, Janice. So how does it feel to be able to, not only to be able to recognize these women songwriters, but also to make sure that they know that their body of work is appreciated?
Wow, this is amazing. It is an absolutely amazing feeling, and that whenever anybody creates anything, whether it's a pizza or it's a birthday cake or a movie or music, we all love the feeling of knowing that other people enjoy something that we've created, and the success and the support and the people who are stepping up to offer hand, to make donations, and just really figure out how we can unite to celebrate these women for the inaugural Women's Songwriters Hall of Fame is just really overwhelming and just so awe-inspiring and awesome. I mean, I'm just really elated by all the love and the show of support that we're receiving for this.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be with you guys on tomorrow to wrap up this week. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.